What are the steps to training an AI model? Well, there's actually 5 steps. I'm going to take you through them right now. So the first one is to collect the data. Now with AI, getting the data can be the biggest problem in some cases. So you need lots of data, and that data needs to be prepared for being trained. So if you're using text, then it might be removing hate speech, stuff like that, duplicates, and getting that data ready for use, and they call that a data pile. So we can get that ready, and then into the next step, which is to train the model. So training the model is done through big processes. For some of these large language models, it can take months. And I heard a statistic that every release of ChatGPT costs $100 million. We don't need that, and it's actually possible for anyone to train a model in their space. It's really a question of how much data and how advanced you want this to be. So typically when we're running on a regular computer, it's taking hours to days to train our AI vision models. Can be done with things called foundation models, which are essentially structures that are already pre-existing. In the vision space, the foundations model might be MobileNet or ADAS or YOLO. And these foundation models set out the structure. You can also write the structure yourself in tools like Python and TensorFlow, so that you can describe exactly what you want to do. And we've done both depending on our applications. We classify the data and tokenize the data, then training the model goes off the back of that. The next step is to validate the model using benchmark scores. So in the vision space, that would be things like intersection over union, false negatives and false positives counts, confidence levels, and I guess a visual quality control as well can also be done, just assessing whether the images are accurate or not to validate the quality of the AI model. The next step is to tune the model. So one example of this, which we did most recently, is we took a standard model, a MobileNet or a YOLO type model, and then we retrained it. We added some more data. We were particularly looking at night performance of detecting vehicles in an urban environment, and so we were able to add more data in and tune the model to work better in a nighttime environment. So that's a tuning part of the existing model by retraining. And the final step is to deploy the model. Sometimes that model is called a blob. That's what we call it in vision space, in our AI vision space. So we need to push that model out into some cloud server, if you like ChatGPT case, or out to a home computer if you're running an app or a phone. So the model runs on the local hardware. And we even go one step further in putting that onto our edge compute device. So we're trying to minimize the amount of hardware that's deployed right out at the edge, right where the camera is. And so we're deploying our models all the way out to the edge, called edge compute. So that's the 5 steps. I hope that was helpful. Thanks for watching.